Your environment dictates your thoughts. I'm going to get into why I actually believe this to be true and how that's actually happened to me. So, on this trip here that I'm currently on with my entire family, we were supposed to come to Florida here, Orlando, Florida, for 1 week, and had a great time. You know, the Disney stuff and all that kind of stuff. Great stuff. But we were like, hey, look, let's extend it. We did this prior to the pandemic in 2019. We did it, and we had a blast. We extended a couple of days, so we're like, let's just do it. We can make this happen, and the kids are older, so maybe we'll have a good time, a better time. And we actually went from one hotel resort to another. And we had to do that because I'm not going to get into all the layers of it, but we had some kind of program that we were part of. And when we transitioned or extended, it was only for a certain date. So from, there was a day gap in between of where we were to where we were going. And we had to fill that gap. Okay, so fill the gap, just whatever we could find at the time. And it was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It was a place that you didn't want to be on the couch. You didn't want to be on the bed because you felt dirty. Let's put it that way. And this is not a motel. This is not a $20, $50, I don't think it's $20, $50 place. It's like a $200 place. Just nothing's available. Okay, but that's okay. It's one day. Gotta move on. Let's go. We get to the transition part, or where we extended it, and that program we're part of warned us that, hey, this is not part of our program officially, but we have some kind of partnership with this particular place, and we'll extend your stay there for a week. My God, this place was even worse. Like, it's one of those places where the couch, it's like people urinated on the couch over and over and over again, and instead of them cleaning it, they just used that urine stain remover spray, and so that smell was just there. Anyways, like, listen, we tried. We stayed there for a night. Like, we can't do this for another 7 nights or 6 nights. So Airbnb, lo and behold, beautiful place. First time doing it. Airbnb has done an impeccable job. But what's the point here? What am I getting at? Your environment, my environment, really made it difficult for me to create content. Really difficult for me to be creative, to really be in the zone when doing what I needed to do. And so while I'm, pretty well versed in crypto, there's always more to learn. It's changing by the second. The problem becomes that my headspace wasn't there. And it wasn't something that I could do at the snap of my fingers, just jump in. So I'm not going to say that everything was bad, but just the overall feeling and impression, it just wasn't conducive to doing content, wasn't conducive to learning. Let's put it that way, learning. So I'm going to extend that to you. You're watching this right now. Your environment includes not only maybe your bedroom, maybe your office, maybe your household, but also the people you allow in that environment. That's big, all right? Your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs all stem from your environment. And even if you want to change it, which I have done multiple times, but especially moving from healthcare to crypto, I mean, that's a pretty big jump, right? So the group that I created, or network that I created in healthcare, definitely did not transition to crypto, not the way that I did. So how do you resolve this transition? You can't do it on your own. You can't do it in a cluttered space. You can't, and here, like, I'm not impeccably organized and clean. It's not about that, but it matters. It matters. Where you live, where you do your work matters. A big effect on you as a creative, and all of us are creatives. So it's not just some are and some aren't. All of us are. What environment are you in that can maximize your creativity? You can maximize your learning, and then your teaching of what you learned. Okay? Because at the end of the day, for me, I don't care how much you've read. I don't care how much you've watched in terms of YouTube. I don't care how much you've spoken to people. If you don't take action, you didn't learn anything. That's how I feel about it. It's not valid. It's just, you're great at Jeopardy. How about that? Which, by the way, is one of my favorite shows. But here's the thing. It's not just where you are, it's who is around you where you are. And I wanted to share this. I had this whole thing planned for you guys. This whole Sam Bankman-Friedman, CZ and Binance and what's going on between the two. Had all of that planned. But look, I just had to share this with you because, man, it was so grimy. It was so grimy. And I noticed how that affected me mentally. And I want to make sure that you guys assess your environment. What are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? What does your space look like? And is it maximizing your creativity, your intelligence, and your unique gifts? Is it doing that for you? If not, maybe it's time to change it.